Two truths, one lie. I've been grinding platinum trophies for a year and some change. I've earned 20 plus platinum trophies in a year that I've been grinding, forcing myself to sit down in this exact chair, focusing on one trophy at least 3 to 4 hours a day. As of today, every single platinum trophy I've earned was extremely easy. I just dodged this. Man, come on, Gamma! Can't jump straight across, man! Stop f***ing up my combinations! Today we're gonna switch it up on the channel a bit. As you know, I love to earn platinum trophies that most people wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. I want to post more videos, but it does take time. I'm currently working on Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. As you all know, this will be my very first game in the Soul series. Bruh, imagine picking the hardest game for your first one. With all that aside, let's go over a few rules. I simply want to talk about story development like the games God of War and that entire series. Then we'll talk about a few side missions like Red Dead Redemption 2. And most important, what makes most people give up on the platinum trophy, we'll go over the collectibles. Arkham Asylum, I'm looking at you. Here's the rankings I came up with. Why did I even do it? Cakewalk, slightly challenging, headache, hell no, fudge my life, and cut my wiener off and bleed out slowly. These games are in no particular order. Most of my platinum trophies are in full series, but I simply didn't want to bore you with an entire series back to back. Arkham Asylum is a 1 of 3 in the Batman series. Believe it or not, I was actually the first person to platinum all 3 games simultaneously and put it in a video. I like to think that was mainly what kickstarted my channel. So of course I have a special place in my heart for all 3 of these games. Your main objective is to drop out the Joker at the hospital. Believe it or not, when I was a kid, I did not realize that Arkham Asylum was literally the hospital the entire time. I had no idea why this game was named Arkham Asylum. Weirdly enough, all the Joker friends will be there to help him escape. As we all know, Joker breaks free and now you have to track him down again before he turns into a raging monster using his new chemical he created called the Venom Toxins. The story in this game is amazing, but I could care less. I platinumed this game for 3 reasons. First, the combat, which is probably the most simple but fun beat 'em up out there. I definitely strive at the combat in these games. Seriously, I've seen other YouTubers struggle and honestly, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, baby. Next was the Predator challenges. Now this is where I had all my issues. I'm simply a run and gun person, loud and proud if you will. I can't stand sneaking around waiting for one moment to strike. It's just not for me. Now I know what you're wondering, why will he not speak on the collectibles? There's a game called Arkham City. We'll speak on that in just a second when we get to it. Trust, those 400 Riddler coins are terrible. Batman Arkham Asylum. It's not a hard game, but it's not an easy game. The Riddler trophies are 100% gonna take you longer than everything else. I'm gonna say slightly challenging because I see a lot of people have trouble with this game. Astros Playroom is what I like to think a trophies hunter's best decision. It's simply a game to earn a free platinum trophy in a short amount of time. Basically letting you step your foot into the trophy hunting scene, teaching you the inside and out without forcing you to fight a 3-headed boss. I get a lot of questions on what should be my very first platinum trophy, and this game is your answer. Astros Playroom, another very, very easy game. This is probably the game you want to start grinding platinum trophies with. Astros Playroom, that's my opinion of what you should start with. GTA 5 is still to this day probably the best platinum investment I have ever made. This game taught me what an open world platinum experience could really be. I had never played this story before, so I had no idea that Trevor, Michael, and Franklin became to be this family of mayhem and destruction.
Now me and you, we don't mind the old gang warfare, but Suede Buck's over there.
Yeah, tell Trevor I said bite me.
I love listening to the conversations between Franklin and Lamar as they go and steal a motorcycle in the first couple of missions. Or how Michael pulls the wrong house down thinking it belongs to the guy his wife was cheating on him with. Now that I think about it, I even enjoyed these side missions like the assassination jobs you do for Lester or the bank robbery heist where the guy falls off the bike going underground to escape the cops. But on the other hand, you have the multiplayer, which is light years harder. I never met a person that actually likes a multiplayer grind. earn, especially when you have to get 10 million XP just to get to level 100. Getting destroyed by hackers in team deathmatch, and probably worst of all, attempting to get 10 wins of tennis. They know damn well nobody's in them lobbies. GTA 5, in my opinion, this game is a headache, or it could be a hell no, I would probably never do it again, but 90% of the trophies are extremely easy. You just have to grind. The only actually hard thing about this is the multiplayer. If you can find some type of friend to help you with this entire platinum trophy can be done in at least a weekend, maybe two. God of War 1, 2, and 3 are games in the older God of War series. All these games explain how Kratos has forced himself to do unbelievable things in the quest of power over his enemies. He essentially goes through hell and back to undo all his wrongs. Seriously, all the games before God of War 2018 are extremely linear and aren't tough to complete. The collectibles are very simple as well. The only challenge, if any challenge, is the challenge of the gods, where you have to face several different obstacles to progress. But with just a little determination, you can actually earn all these platinum trophies in under 30 hours. God of War 1, 2, and 3. All of these games are extremely easy, very cakewalkish. Amazing games, should be done all together in my true opinion, but you do what you like. They're extremely easy, fun games. I love this series. Question mark number 1. Clearly, I'm gonna put this up and cut my wiener off and bleed out slowly. This is gonna be my Call of Duty video. I have been working on this in the background. I know I don't speak of it much, but I want everything that I do to be a secret until I post a video. 21 platinum trophies in one video. Yeah, this is taking me a lot longer than I thought, but man, it's gonna be an amazing video when it does drop. So if you wanna see that video, subscribe. It'll come out eventually. When? I have no idea. Peppa Pig, once again, this is a why did I even do it? But I actually did this to do it on a friend's account in a previous video. I thought it would be funny that he's 28 years old with a 3-year-old child's game on his PlayStation, and they got the platinum for it, so that makes it look like he really enjoyed the game to finish it all the way through. For Saints Row 5, have you ever played a game so terrible it made you question ruining your perfect platinum account? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below about that. At one point in my life, I was a huge fan of the Saints Row series back when 1 and 2 were popular, but somewhere down the line, the game went from being about drug dealing and pimping women to superheroes and alien battles. You know what? It kind of sounds like Fast and the Furious. The characters are forgettable, the enemies are forgettable, the gameplay is forgettable. What made me stick around for this miserable platinum trophy is the funny weaponry that you can use after completing specific missions throughout your playthrough. The side missions are the most annoying thing I've ever done. The entire goal is to take over the entire map with your gang doing the same 6 or 7 missions over and over again, forcing you to spend a minimum of 30 hours just for a couple of trophies. It's outrageously repetitive. Now, for the collectibles in Saints Row 5, they were trash. That's all I gotta say about that. Saints Row 5, in my true opinion, this game is a hell no for me. It is extremely grindy for no reason. It really does feel like the off-brand version of GTA 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's anybody out there that would love to do this platinum trophy. I kind of wish I never did it. God of War Ascension, God of War Sparta, and God of War Chains of Olympus are 1000% goated games that I recommend you play in some format as a series. I won't sit here and beat a dead horse. We all know the God of War series is simply king. Let's get to the rankings. God of War Ascension, Ghost of Sparta, and Chains of Olympus. Once again, all 3 extremely easy games, but I recommend you do the entire series all together. They're basically the same game over and over, but very enjoyable. I don't know why. Red Dead 2 is a sprawling tale set in a fictional version of American Cowboy in his game. You play as Arthur Morgan with the goal to find a safe home for you and your gang of 20 because of bank robbery that went left. Dutch, the leader of the game, comes up with rather funny but enjoyable schemes on how they can get rich fast. Very reminiscent of Ed, Edd and Eddy. But there's a traitor in the game that refuses to play by the rules. Michael. Scumbag Michael strikes again. You'll say this a lot throughout your playthrough. Now, I didn't realize the amount of free time you must have to complete a monstrosity like this. 200 hours to be exact. It only took me 300 hours because of missable trophies. Don't we all love missable trophies? Not only is there 160 missions, but about 50% of them have to be completed with a gold rating. You have hundreds of side quests and characters that need your help whilst you're attempting other missions. Although tedious as hell, this makes the game feel alive, as if every NPC is actually someone and not just filler in your way to push up overall playtime. Sad Sadly, I refuse to tell a lie. I must say I will never touch this game again because of the collectibles. Studying, killing, and skinning animals is the absolute worst miserable thing they could ever thought of. Imagine staring at a lake for a white-tailed duck, fishing for hours for a big-mouthed bass, or traveling the entire map to kill a moose that only spawns from hours 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now that I look back on it, it's almost hard to believe that I even got this platinum trophy. It was a struggle to say the least. Red Dead Redemption 2. This game is a fudge my life. I had a terrible time outside of the story playing this game. If you are looking for a platinum trophy that is 100% open world based, where you can find out if you want to really be platinum in games this hard, this is the one you definitely want to do. The collectibles of finding these animals is the worst experience I've ever had. An amazing game story wise. Outside of the story, terrible. Spider-Man Remastered and Marvel Spider-Man 2, both of these games are honestly godly story wise. To me, I could give both of these games Game of the Year, but in actuality, I had to realize without the amazing cinematic storyline, these games are pretty boring, if that makes sense. The issues with them is that the storyline is only roughly 12 hours, which is nothing for a trophy hunter. After you enjoy everything that both games have to offer, swinging around the city as Miles or not understanding one of Peter's stale jokes, or my personal favorite, sneaking around as Mary Jane, like why is there so many missions like that? There's almost nothing going on after that. It's the same repetitive thing over and over again for the cleanup. As a seasoned veteran, I've noticed a lot of games are 30% story and 70% filler. Sorry Miles, your game is full of fluff. Nice suit though. Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Remastered. Once again, amazing games, extremely easy. I wouldn't actually play this game for the mechanics such as the combat, side missions, stealth, things of that nature. I would simply just play both of these for the story. It's weird that neither one of these games got Game of the Year, but I guess they're only really good for one thing, the story. Everything else after that is pretty much over and over again as well. The Last of Us Part 2. Jesus, somehow I managed to platinum this beast of a game on grounded plus permadeath. If you're looking for a 10 out of 10 platinum with almost zero flaws, I recommend you play The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. This game is set in a zombie apocalyptic time. You mainly play as Ellie and Abby. You start your first 10 hours with Ellie chasing down Abby for killing your father. To get revenge, you completely go on this murder-filled rampage, running downhill from anyone from Abby's camp that stands in your way. Yeah, she killed a pregnant woman out of spite. Good job, Ellie. Here you go, Employee of the Month. After your rampage is over, you switch to Ellie, and it shows you that in a previous game, Joel, Ellie's apocalyptic father, actually kills Abby's father, saving her from being experimented on since Ellie was 100% immune to the zombie infection. Alright, pause right here. Now, I didn't realize that Ellie was actually mad at Joel for doing this. Ellie wants the entire infection to be done, but Joel wanted to save his apocalyptic daughter. Yeah, blew my mind as well once I finally figured that out. So as we grow up with Abby, it shows once again that revenge could fuel a fire for years, and that 1 second of payoff could seemingly ruin your almost unknowingly sister's life. Yes, I call them sisters. Sue me. The Last of Us Part 2 grounded plus permadeath. Horrible. I'm definitely gonna put this up and cut my wiener off and bleed out slowly. This is a terrible platinum trophy if you do it on grounded plus permadeath. If I'm not mistaken, you can get this platinum on easy. You don't have to up the difficulty. Enjoying this game on easy first is definitely the way I would go if I wasn't a platinum trophy hunter. Okay, question mark number 2. I've been searching high and low for a good game to platinum, and I have yet to do any soul games, mainly because I'm a coward. And I've had this voice in my head saying stay away from any From Software games, but I get hundreds of questions asking if I'm going to platinum any of the games, and yes I am. Sekiro Shadow Die Twice will be my next platinum video. Hopefully it's not as hard as Ninja Gaiden. Pray for me. Now we have question mark number 2. This question mark is going to be Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I said this early in the video. I am going to be working on this platinum trophy next, so this will be my next hard game for my next big video, if that makes sense. I know you guys want to see this one. Sekiro videos always do well. Welcome to the first real open world God of War game where the goal is to raise your son to become everything you weren't in your past. Kratos and Atreus are on a path to glory with an outrageous amount of obstacles in their way. Modi and his brother, Groot with swords, Freya and her son. It was a whirlwind of emotion at every turn. This is probably the only game that has a phenomenal storyline and phenomenal side missions and collectibles. It's not too many games that understand that those things things matter a lot. It's hard to find any flaws in this game other than it's clunky as hell and it will get in your way versus all outrageous bosses you encounter. God of War 2018, this is another game that's once again fudged my life. I could never do this platinum trophy again since the game is so clunky. I am so used to God of War Ragnarok's comeback, I simply cannot go back and play this game. And I had a terrible time since I went and played all these 6 previous God of War games that are nothing like this one. It's almost like 2 different people made these games. God of War Ragnarok has officially become my new favorite game, replacing my baby God of War 3 Remastered. Everything about this game is S tier. Storyline, S tier. Boss fights, S tier. Side missions, S tier. Collectibles, they actually do something so you have a reason to go get them. S tier. If you want to see me truly enjoy what needs to be game of the year every year, go check out that video. It's a funny one, I won't lie.
Loki, show me the wolf.
Show you the wolf. I can do that right now.
You nasty ass bastard!
God of War Ragnarok. Believe it or not, this game is 100% can go and fuzz my life or cut my wiener off and bleed out slowly. If you do this game on Give Me God of War, it's definitely just a fudge my life situation. But if you do it on Give Me God of War and Show Me Master, including the DLC, you are gonna have a terrible time. I do not like that progression system in the DLC. You build your way all the way up just to die and start all the way over again. It's absolutely terrible in my true opinion. This game could go in either slot. I'll just leave it at the top for now. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Uncharted series, but after platinuming Uncharted 4 on my friend's account, I realized that this is definitely worth the investment. I think playing the entire series back to back would make the playthrough better, but if you can't afford all the games, definitely get 4 and play the game on crushing. That difficulty is challenging, but not too hard where you would lose your mind like Grounded plus permadeath. You know what? It's kind of like playing Indiana Jones, but with guns and very handsome men. Uncharted 4, an amazing game, but it's only slightly challenging if you do it on crushing. If I'm not mistaken, you don't have to do this on crushing to get the platinum trophy, but I could be wrong. This is a great game to play if you're looking for another linear open world game. It's very wide where you can go, but you do have one straight path as well. Now for Arkham City, the only thing that comes to mind about Arkham City is the constant reminder of how much I hated collectibles. Every time I see a green question mark in real life, I cry a little bit out of my right eye. I'm not always right, but there are 400 different realer question marks throughout the entire game that must be collected for this platinum, and all I have to say for the guy who actually thought this was okay, I hope your console explodes. Shout out to Nick AR. Batman Arkham City. This game is a headache. It also could go in hell no that I think about it. I'll just leave it in hell no for now. I wouldn't go back and do this platinum trophy again simply because of those 400 Riddler coins. This is the only thing that I remember about this game. Like everything else is a blur, but those trophies it's just annoying me now. I'm just gonna move on to the next game. That's a hell no. I never do that one again. For The Evil Within, I never actually earned the platinum trophy. This was my first introduction to trophy hunting, and I didn't own a PlayStation 5 at the time. So when I finished the game on my PC, edited and posted it, I mentioned in the video if anyone wanted to see me do plats, and I would buy a PlayStation 5 and start grinding. And here we are today with 26,000 subscribers and counting. I love you for that one, I can't lie. The Evil Within. This game is one of my favorites, I won't lie. This is what started me on platinum trophy. This is a very, very strong game. It's not too hard, but it's extremely hard. It could be a headache, it could be hell no, it could be fudge my life. I don't really know which one I want to put it in, so I'll just bring it up to the top. If you do the game on a Kumu mode, you're gonna have a terrible time. If you don't do anything else other than that, it's pretty easy, it's pretty understandable. The Kumu mode makes this entire game, in my true opinion. Question mark number 3. I will be doing the entire Ninja Gaiden series since everyone else is scared to do it. I mean, someone has to be the hero of the series and show these games who their boss is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but number 2 is probably the hardest out of the entire series, rocking a 10 out of 10 in 130 hours. I will probably break another monitor doing this platinum trophy, but somebody has to do it. Question mark number 3. Once again, we're gonna put this bad boy all the way at the top. This is the Ninja Gaiden series, game 2 and 3. Next, I will be working on Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 after I get done with Sekiro. I love doing these hard platinum trophies. I don't know why, I just get that rush when I finally do it, knowing that no one else would go and invest their time like I would. In my opinion, the best Batman game ever made is Arkham Knight. The gadgets sold this game for me time and time again, and I didn't really have to worry about pulling my hair out or being bored based on that 400 Riddler course marks you have to earn in Arkham City. The side missions actually have some weight to them. They actually mean something, do something, and you get to meet all the different characters in the game. I didn't really care for the car races though, but all in all, this is definitely the best Batman game to date. They should probably make an Arkham Knight too. I would spend all my money on that. Batman Arkham Knight, this game is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I loved every single minute of this game other than the car driving. But truthfully, all the gadgets and everything that you have in this game make it only slightly challenging. Honestly, it probably could be considered a cakewalk for me since I'm so good at the combat, but I do see a lot of YouTubers that struggle with this, so hey, what do I know? Slightly challenging for Batman Arkham Knight. So for Ninja Gaiden Sigma, I would go over the story, but hell, there is none. This game is a straight up and down hack and slash from beginning to end. This is for now my hardest platinum trophy to date. I think it's severely underrated and worth the playthrough if you want to pull your hair out, of course. That's pretty much all I have to say about this game. It's pretty fudging hard. And last but not least, the most recent platinum trophy I have ever done is Ninja Gaiden, the worst platinum trophy ever. I see a lot of people love to see me struggle on these hard platinum trophies. I got some great comments on this video, and yeah, I think you should check this one out. If you're looking to see a platinum trophy that not a lot of people have, I'm one of the few that just did that. This is my tier list for all the games that I've done. Some of these games can be changed around to different sections, but it is what it is. This was about 20 plus platinum trophies. Once I get done with all the Call of Duties and stuff, I can add another 20 on there. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. I think the next video will be Sekiro. Peace. I just died. Stop.